Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here from QBKing77.com doing a full review of the Google Nexus 7, the new one, the 2013 model. I've had it for a little while now, and I am now able to go ahead and run through and give you my thoughts on the device, go ahead and talk about all the main features of it, and explain why this device is actually so popular. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so here is a closer look at the 2013 variant of the Nexus 7. First of all, I did want to talk about the hardware and design. I will categorize each one of these chapters, and I will link them below in the description so you know at what time I'm talking about what. So first of all, design. Right away, you will notice, of course, 7-inch screen. They did make it taller than the previous version of the Nexus 7. It only has 3 physical buttons on this right side here. It has volume up, down, and the power button as well. So those are the only physical buttons. Of course, it has on-screen home, back, and recent running apps button as well. Now in the back you will see it does say Nexus right there. It is made by Asus, of course. The back does have a different texture to the previous version of the Nexus 7. It does have a rubbery texture, I want to say, and it does have some grip to it. Not as much as the previous version, but it still has a really nice feel and look to it. Input wise, it does have a 3.5mm headphone jack up at the top of the device and a micro USB slot down at the bottom. I am glad the headphone jack is up at the top because usually I hold the device below me and have the headphones up above into my ears, so that's just a personal preference of mine. Also, you will notice that it has some bezel to it, which a lot of people don't really like. I could see there being a device that doesn't have a bezel being smaller. With larger devices, it's harder to hold it with one hand, of course. I actually did want to make a quick note that normally I do have my FlyGrip on the back of my Nexus 7. I did take it off for this video so you could get a full look at the back of it. I am going to put it right back on. Probably right about there. I do have a video showing it off. I can link to it. Again, it makes it easier to hold the device, and it also acts as a horizontal kickstand for me. So I want to make a quick note of that. But anyways, in regards to bezel, I am very glad that they did include it because you can still hold the device like this, especially if you have smaller hands. And it's great having a larger bezel when you hold it horizontally because, of course, when you're playing a game, if it's an accelerometer game, you need somewhere to hold with your thumb so you have a good grip on the device. So pretty glad that they included the larger bezel up on the top and bottom as opposed to the sides on this device. Overall, a well-balanced 7-inch tablet. It doesn't seem top-heavy, bottom-heavy, anything like that. I want to talk about some internals. The processor does have a Snapdragon S4 Pro 1.5 GHz quad-core processor, which is a fantastic processor. It runs things very well. It loads things up. It runs games great. No complaints at all about the processor. It also does come with 2 GB of RAM. It has an option for 16 and 32 GB. This would be the 32 GB variant that I do have, which is pretty great because you watch a lot of videos on tablets, and of course I have music as well on there. So a lot of things have been more cloud-based though, so if you do have a lot of cloud storage, it might be better for you to only have 16 GB. Unfortunately, there's no expandable memory, so you are stuck with either 16 or 32 GB. Also wanted to make a note that it does have wireless Qi charging capabilities on with the battery, so if you do have a wireless charging pad, you can drop it on there and charge it. I actually attempt to charge it with my Nexus 4 Orb, and you can kind of get it if you kind of mess around with it, but again, it does work, so I know it does have wireless charging capabilities. Wanted to go ahead and take a minute to talk about this amazing screen. I turned the brightness all the way up on the device so you can really see how the colors pop. It is, of course, a 7-inch display. The screen resolution is 1920 by 1200, which is a fantastic resolution on a 7-inch tablet. It's an HD IPS display with 323 pixels per inch. So again, the visuals are amazing on here, even for a budget tablet, even for a normal price tablet, not even a budget tablet, the screen is fantastic. Alright, so I want to go ahead and load up a quick Planet Earth video so you can really see the colors in an actual format. Of course, this is a YouTube video being Planet Earth. wanted to go ahead and show you guys how great these HD videos actually look, and go ahead and fast forward. You see some color on there, and just watching videos is fantastic. Movies, anything you wanted to see, it's great. It's a nice little tablet to watch videos on. I will say that, especially if you're in a long car ride. I'm actually about to go on a 4-hour car ride to Michigan, and I know I'm going to bring this with and probably attempt to watch a video, whether it be YouTube or a movie that I actually store on my 32 gigabyte hard drive. Alright, so enough about the screen. I actually want to go ahead and go into the camera now. So you will see it does have a 5 megapixel camera on the back and also a 1.2 megapixel camera on the front. We can go ahead and load up the software for it real quick. I have the camera application right here. So it does have the rear facing camera by default. I can switch it real quick using that. So it'll show, hey, there's me doing a video and the camera as well. But we can go back to the back facing camera. It's really, I wouldn't say it's anything very special. You can go ahead and look through a couple pictures that I took. So there's a quick picture I took. The camera's really nothing. I wouldn't say get this tablet if you're looking to take some professional quality photos, because these are not going to be professional quality. You'll see here's just my desk right here. I got my phone, a bunch of cables, some money, some various colors, but the colors aren't very great. Quality is not the best either. So again, I don't know if there's really a necessity to have a rear-facing camera on a tablet. Of course, because everyone pretty much does have their cell phone. So a cell phone camera, a more modern cell phone camera, is probably going to be a little bit better than this. I would say I wouldn't get it if you're looking to take rear-facing camera pictures with your tablet. Front-facing camera is not the best either. It's only 1.2 megapixels, so I wish that they would have put a little bit more technology into the front-facing camera as opposed to, and maybe even got rid of the rear-facing camera. I really don't need it on my tablet. Moving along, I want to go ahead and talk about battery life. You'll see I'm at about 35% right now. In regards to battery life, I would say it's not as good as the older Nexus 7. It does have a 3,950 milliamp hour battery, which actually in idle is great. If you're just having it sit there, it's not going to drain that much. You'll see this is 2 days, 5 hours on battery life, but a lot of it is just sitting idle, not being used. But again, it does not use a lot of battery when it just sits there. When you're actually using it, playing games, watching videos, it does drain fairly quickly. So I wouldn't necessarily say it has long battery life. Pretty moderate battery life to the tablet with the sub 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Alright, and again, in regards to hardware, it does have 2 rear speakers. You'll see on the back up the top it has a speaker, and down at the bottom as well. I'm not a big fan of rear-facing speakers anymore on any device now that the HTC One has it on the front, and along with the Nexus 10 as well, having front-facing speakers, it's much better, again, having the sound coming towards you as opposed to away from you. So, anyways, the speaker quality is pretty standard. It's really nothing special. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I just want to go ahead and play a quick song right here from DJ VI Dry Out. Just go ahead and load it up, all the way up. Oops, I forgot YouTube. Fix that, please. That you can't have the screen off when you play a YouTube video. But anyways, here we go. Alright, so just to give you a quick idea, try to get a little bass in there, of course. Again, I did have it pointing towards you and away from you. With the camera, it's hard to tell, but just kind of take my word, the sound quality is pretty moderate. It's really nothing special. If you're interested in that song, I'll link to it in the description of the video. Another big aspect of tablets is, of course, being able to play games. Wanted to go ahead and quick get into gaming. I have a game loaded up here. Well, not necessarily loaded up, but let me go ahead and turn that sound down. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and select a car. So this is Asphalt 7. I believe they have an Asphalt 8 now. I have not purchased that. I've only gone with Asphalt 7. So graphics are pretty intensive on this, but again, it loads up fairly quickly. The graphics look great. I don't have any stuttering when playing this game. I did say play tutorial, but unfortunately I had to clear some data out of it. So again, this is one of the first times I'm playing it since I've reinstalled it. But anyways, loading on up, you will notice the map loads fairly well, and you'll see some graphics on here. But gaming on this tablet is great. It handles pretty much every game I throw at it just fine. Let me turn this back down. Sorry about that. I believe this is an accelerometer game. Unfortunately, I didn't switch any of the settings, so you'll see that you tilt the device to steer. But loading through, it's great. Honestly, whatever game you want to play, you should have no issues at all. Alright, so getting a little faster now, you'll see I'm going to be moving by cars. Things will be running through quicker. I'm trying to play through the camera. It's a little difficult, so bear with me if I hit a bunch of things. But hitting things is great to show off the graphical performance there. So there you go. But that's just about it with gaming. Again, a lot of games I play are simple mind games. I like the game Dots, if you've played that before. I like to play it on there, but of course it's not graphic intensive, and it's very simple. You just go through and get dots. But again, just playing quick games like this is great because the tablet's so small, you can carry it with you, portability. So gaming on it is great whether you play graphic intensive games or simple games such as Dots. That's just a good example there. Another aspect I want to talk about is browsing on the tablet. So you will see when you load up Chrome, it actually comes with Chrome by default, of course, it being a Google tablet. It has more of a desktop experience to Chrome. You'll see up at the top you have a bunch of tabs that you can run through. If I wanted to load up, let's say, Amazon.com, you'll see it'll load up this desktop version. Under Settings, you have an option to request desktop site if, for whatever reason, it doesn't automatically load the desktop site. So let's say if I want to go ahead and check out the Google Chromecast, you'll see Chrome runs very smooth on this device. You'll see I have no issues at all with zooming in. It's very smooth. It doesn't look checkerboardy at all. So again, it's great, especially with the desktop experience with the tabs up at the top. It's great. I believe you can press and hold and move them as well. So you'll see I'm moving the tab from the top. You also have other options to sync with whether it be your phone or your laptop, your Nexus 10. So it syncs all of my devices that use the Chrome browser, which is great when I'm on my PC. And I'm like, oh, I want to check this out on my tablet, I want to download a file, then I can just go straight to my Chrome browser on my Nexus 7, load it on up, and the web page will be right there. So that's just a great example there. So for example, if I want to go ahead and load up this site here, obviously my website, but you'll see it's a leaked tablet optimized Twitter app, which I can download. Actually, I just press the download button right there and it'll download right to my device and I can check it out. So again, browsing is fantastic. If you use your tablet to browse a lot, it's great, especially because the screen is so fantastic. Looking at pictures on sites, reading text is very easy and legible. It's overall a great device to browse the web. I also want to go ahead and quick talk about the multimedia experience on the device, whether you're reading a book. So let's say, for example, I go to Google Play Magazines. It says it hasn't downloaded enough of the magazine. So if I want to go ahead and go to a quick magazine, it's going to download it. So I'm going to exit out of that while it downloads. But another example would be actually Google Play Music. So that's another option as well. If for whatever reason you listen to a lot of music, you can sync it with the actual cloud in Google Play. So you have your entire library there. So if I want to play a quick song, I can go through my entire list of music. I do have quite a bit synced there. I think you can have up to 20,000 songs. So I don't put a lot of music on the device, but I actually put movies on there. I don't have them now. I had to rewipe my device, unfortunately, but it does have Play Movies as well. So if I want to go ahead and go to My Movies, synced ones, I have Ice Age, Transformers, and whatever La Luna is. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, if I want to watch a quick movie, I could do that as well. So multimedia experience is great. It's a great tablet, smaller tablet, of course, to use to watch movies, listen to music, read magazines. I don't know if the magazine's going to load. Let's see if it does. And it did. So here's a quick look at this Traveler magazine. Loads through. Again, it's great because the text pops out with this great screen. It has a nice interface to it, actually, so you can really quick slide through. There's certain interface options that you can do on magazines. So overall, a great device for multimedia. Finally, I wanted to go ahead and quick talk about the software. It running Android, stock Android, of course, which would be Android 4.3, the latest right now, Android 4.4 KitKat coming out soon. I do have a video talking about KitKat as well, but you'll see it does have Google Now. This is actually the lock screen where you can swipe anywhere to unlock. You can have widgets, so you have cards. You'll see I have a Twitter feed going right here with the Falcon widget being, so you have a bunch of options to add widgets, whether it be a calendar, Google Now, Sound Search, Clock. So if I want to add the calendar widget, you'll see I have no upcoming events on Friday, but it will show your events if you have some. Again, going to Google Now, I don't even know if I've turned this on yet. It looks like I might have. Yes, it does. So you'll see it has all your cards right there. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm going to this Akron, Michigan game at Michigan this weekend, so I'll actually be at that game, so I'm pretty excited. But of course, it having Google Now, you have the great soft touchscreen buttons as well. No more hardware buttons, which I kind of like, especially with custom ROMs. You can make so many different customizations to it that allows you to maximize the screen space instead of just having a black bar across from it. So that's just a personal preference of mine. Overall, though, it has a bevy of settings, being, of course, Wi-Fi, all the standard Bluetooth settings, with sound, display brightness settings. There's pretty much nothing out of the ordinary with stock Android. I would say Android is getting much more simpler. I wouldn't say it's simple in a sense of you can't make complex changes to it. I mean more simple in a sense that it's more easier to understand the complexities of the operating system. I guess that's a better way to put it. But you'll see that you have options to, if you swipe from the right side, you have these settings buttons. If you swipe from the left, you'll see you have your notification panel right here. You do have expandable notifications, which is great. You can actually use one hand, I believe. Yes, you can, to bring them up and down. You have certain quick toggles, so if I want to delete that message, I can. I can undo it as well directly in the notification bar. I can swipe them away as well. So again, left and right side is different just for tablet. So that's tablet optimized. You can use 2 fingers, maybe not. Again, that's different with the device because it senses which side you're on. But again, right and left, you have settings, brightness. You can turn toggles on and off easily. Just if I wanted to go ahead and turn Bluetooth on or off, I could tap on it, or I can press and hold it and it will actually toggle Bluetooth to be on. So it's a nice little neat feature of Android. And again, since it is running stock Android, everything is so smooth and fluent. As I said, loading up web pages. Let's say I wanted to go ahead and go to YouTube. It's going to load up quickly. Multitasking is fantastic. Again, any of these apps that I run are very smooth. The operating system of Android has been fantastic. I really love the stock experience, the AOSP experience, Android Open Source Project experience, that this tablet does provide, and all the Nexus devices do provide, because it is what I fell in love with to begin with, would be the stock vanilla Android experience. And of course, you have various settings, changes you can make, it being a Nexus device if you're into rooting or flashing custom ROMs. Since it's a Nexus device, you have all of those various options you can make with your specific device to make it yours. So I just want to go ahead and give some overall final thoughts on this amazing tablet. Again, it is great for the money. I showed the prices earlier. I mean, the bang for the buck that you get with this 7-inch tablet is fantastic, especially with the screen. The screen is one of the main selling points to me, in my opinion, especially because you look at it for more graphics with a tablet as opposed to a phone reading text, reading emails. It's a little bit different when you use a tablet for more multimedia, being watching videos, also web browsing, things of that nature, looking at pictures, just a different multimedia experience on the tablet, which the screen makes things much better, in my honest opinion. Again, a downside to me would be maybe the battery life could be a little bit better. The rear-facing camera isn't necessarily that great, so if you are getting this tablet for the rear-facing camera, I wouldn't necessarily consider this device. The rear-facing camera isn't something to be taking a bunch of pictures with. Of course, you can take a casual picture with it, but it is nothing to get high-quality images out of. I love this tablet. I don't see myself purchasing a different 7-inch tablet anytime soon, so again, highly recommended by me, the 2013 variant of the Nexus 7. If you have any questions, or you have to let me know what you think, leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to me as well. I would really appreciate that. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. All links will be in the description of the video below, and as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up.
We'll be right back.